Here looking at this property, it's going to be redeveloped. It's a Grade 2 listed. It's been vacant for a long time. However, this section here, the proposal for this property is to convert it into 3 separate residential dwellings. So this will be the first one, which is on the main road, 2-storey building. This section will be the second unit, and this will be the third. Now this one is the one that I'll come to look at specifically today. It's starting with the roof. The roof is covered with plywood. Maybe it was felted at some point, not sure, but anyway, the weatherboarding is kaput. The ground floor level is just plywood again. The door was a sheet of plywood. There's been some vandalism going on here, and they decided to smash this door in. Probably helped actually by getting a bit of an airflow through, because we step inside this place. It's seen much better days. There's what's left of the floor up above there, in presumably the bedroom, as we go panning up to the roof level. Everywhere you look here, this is just a complete wreck. We go around this side, and we've got all sheets of timber that have come down. There's timbers everywhere. I've had a quick look up the back there. Just goes to the left, and there's a little, was a toilet, it's not now, and then ends. Can't get upstairs completely because, I'll go carefully here because I don't know how rotten this staircase is, but when we get to near the top, it's very dark in here, I'm afraid, but there's no landing, it's completely gone. All the plaster, the laths, everything is gone. We go up to the ceilings, they've completely collapsed. Yeah, it's suffered an amazing amount of neglect. When we get back down, this, obviously somebody's been here recently, but this front wall here, as you can see, it's much more modern timbers, and if I pan around here, we start looking up, and then we get near the top, and just there you can see the original roof rafters, and you can actually see the bird's mouth cut in the end of those rafters, which is about a foot in from the current front wall. We start looking again, the current front wall, there's some newer looking 4x2s which span from the current front wall back in, and they're bolted onto the old roof rafters. So at some point, and I would say, I'm guessing around 20 years ago, maybe a little bit more, this entire front facade was put up because this building was collapsing then. It's been put in to try and, well, whatever it was there for, I don't know, to be honest. It's not, it certainly was, I think it was more of a cover-up than anything else, looking at it. So yes, I've come to do a survey on it with a view, because we do have to, and we've met with conservation officers, and they agree in principle, we need to demolish this, well, preferably deconstruct it, salvage what we can, and re-implement and introduce those back into the new build when we build the replica of this property. But I mean, even this quite pretty little old cast iron, you know, early Victorian, late Georgian, little Adam Free style involvement in it, but you see it's all broken. The floor rafters, 6x2, floor joists, all the ends have gone. I mean, there's a good 3 foot of those that have just gone. They're missing, they're rotted. The place is riddled with wet rot. There really is nothing I can see that is worth salvaging. The one thing that is worth noting, and if I go back up these stairs again a bit tentatively, we look at things like here, lath and plaster. We've got the old chestnut laths in there with nice lime plaster, and the lime plaster has done its job. It's bone dry. The plaster's dry. The building's absolutely drenched, and well, as you can see, it's as rot can be. But the lime plaster, one lath, once again, it just shows you the wonderful abilities of that. I'm going to duck down to scrape under this bit of wood here. Again in here, this is the floor above, obviously the ceiling below, very dark, dingy, it's just all completely rotted. There's nothing worth saving out of this at all. You try and get a view up into here, you can see there's laths and ceiling joists which are about a foot above the floor level here above me. They should be on the ceiling above that. Go in, there's more of those newer timbers binding the roofing together. The roof's close boarded, all of the timbers up there are saturated and rot. You come back down here, lime plaster, nice and dry, doing its job. Paint coming off, there's salts present, you know, the usual stuff that you'd expect to find, but the plaster has actually survived. Quite an interesting one this, because the only stuff that is worth salvaging is the plaster, but of course we can't. It's the only thing that's actually survived it. I'm not going to go, I can't go upstairs, I can't access upstairs, and I wouldn't anyway looking at from underneath here. If I can get the light, I mean the floors are clearly, I can't walk on those, and I'm not even going to attempt to be honest. Again, if I can get some light on this, you can see all the joist ends have gone again, a good 3 foot back from the front wall. Everywhere you look, it is it's just an absolute wreck. There's 2 sash weights there, so we could salvage those. Actually, no, tell a lie, there's a third one. So yeah, I mean that's probably about all there is worth saving in here at all. I mean, this space, I don't know the history of it completely. Nobody does. All I do know that I found records when I did some research on it before I got here of a building matching this layout and plot dated around the turn of 1800.